what his father, what God had promised Abraham, his grandfather. Earlier in Jacob's life, he had a dream from God where that blessing that God gave to Abraham was passed down to Jacob. And so he...
Today is the half marathon. So I've been prepping for, 10 weeks leading up to this. A couple weeks ago, 3 weeks ago now, my knee started bugging me, so I'm gonna try to kind of push through that. I've been taking it easy. So I'm kind of nervous because I've only ran 10 miles. This is gonna be 13. But gotta do what you gotta do. We're gonna sponsor the event. We got a booth, we got some stuff set up. I'm gonna slam some pre-nutrition, take a bunch of Advil. I'm gonna run with one of my best friends in the world, Cody Smith. So it should be a good time. It's gonna be grueling, but choose hard. Oh, I actually wore the Choose Hard breast cancer awareness shirt too. Let's go.
So you guys know that you kept running past the finish line.
So I started my Garmin watch about a quarter mile in, or like 0.1, 0.2 miles in, so I had to keep running. I needed the Garmin for the gram.
Well, I can also verify that you went well under 2 hours.
Very stoked about that. 8:19 pace. I Googled what's a great half marathon time for a newbie, and it said if you get under 2 hours, you crush it. We crushed it. Was it an hour and 50 minutes?
Hour 50, yeah.
So how did he do?
You know what? The thing that I was most surprised by is I told him we started running this race. I was like, there's no way. This is just going to be a nice, easy cruise. We're going to do 9:30 minute per mile pace. And then we started going. We just felt good. And I was like, oh, we're going to go. Yeah. I mean, we were digging some miles. We're under 8. Some were a little over 8. We even stopped and got water, went to the bathroom, and still had a 9-minute mile. Like it was great. Even the hills, holding like there's a part of the course where you're like, I don't know, probably climbing for like a mile.
Yeah.
And we're holding 8 minute per mile pace up that too. Like, I feel really good about it. He did awesome.
So
he made me go faster than I wanted to.
That whole thing you asked me about, did you look at the course? And I said no. Should have looked at the course. That's what I would do differently next time. Because I've been driving to a completely flat neighborhood to avoid hills in my practice. It was very hilly. There was a lot of hills.
I will also let you know that your location didn't share at all.
Oh.
So
my pin stopped.
I was planning on going to the bathroom and then going to the finish line, and then you came through.
Perfect timing. God wanted you to film me going through that finish line. I would have been upset if you missed it.
But I did miss it because I wasn't ready for you. Because
you weren't there?
You were too fast.
Oh.
I'm pretty my team got us.
His team got us.
Good.
But they were there probably at the table the whole time.
Yeah. That's all that matters.
We went, oh, there's Cody and Cody.
I don't know why my pin didn't work.
They kept going.
That was the first time I've ever shared a pin before.
But look at your endorphins. You're high on life right now.
Yeah, dude, I feel great.
Yeah.
I'm tired. My legs down, terrible. Definitely got a blister. My hip is super sore. My knee feels great, which is the thing I was worried about. But for a first time ever run, I've never done a 10K, nothing. I feel solid, dude. And I'm definitely got a little bit of endorphins going. Feel good. We were listening to I put on worship music halfway through, and we were just bumping it. 2 Jag guys running, listening to Jesus. It was funny.
Perfect.
Yeah.
There is a person out here wearing a tailored hat.
Oh, sick.
If you find them, I'll give you $1.
I need that $1, and I will find them. I'm glad I made the hats all black. Makes it easier to find. Not really. Oh, the banana mic is great.
Well, now you can eat this banana.
Cool, Swifty transition. Now we're back at the gym. It's over. It's done.
Obviously, it's hard for my cameraman to run along with me because he didn't train for the marathon.
So we didn't get any B-roll?
There's not a whole lot of B-roll.
Yeah. So last time you saw me, I was in Paulsbo running a half marathon. I keep wanting to say marathon. It's not that cool, half marathon. And now it's done. My knee is killing me, my hip still hurts, and I'm still really sore, barely training, kind of doing some recovery stuff. I beat my time. I kind of want to just share really, what I would do different, what are the lessons I learned, kind of in a nutshell, and what the plan is going forward. Essentially, I prepped for 10 weeks for this half marathon, which according to most people I talk to and the general advice of anybody smart with programming endurance running would say is too quick, because I went from not running at all, like literally never running more than like a mile for school basically back in the day, to deciding I'm gonna run a half marathon in 10 weeks. That caused me to progress a little too fast because I was going beyond 10% increases in my mileage per week, which is not recommended, but I had no choice because I signed up for it and it is what it is. So I'm hurting. And that's one thing I would definitely do different next time. There will be next time. I'm training for High Rocks now, and then maybe there'll be a full marathon next. I'm gonna go way slower, and I'm gonna pay way more attention to recovery and mobility and prehab and warming up. I get excited and just jump in, and my right hip is killing me because my left knee took a hit. I mean, ultimately it was just overuse injury. I've had 2 surgeries on my knee because I've torn my meniscus twice, ACL once, and I've broken my foot on that side. So I just shift. So my right hip was just doing a lot of work. My left foot had a blister and my right knee was killing me. We ran all 13.1 miles. We stopped once for like 30 seconds to a minute. And my goal was to do 9 minutes and 9 seconds per mile, because that's exactly a 2 hour, basically 13.1 mile run, a half marathon. And I got it in 1 hour and 49 minutes. I beat my time. And part of the reason you didn't see much B-roll was because I was out running and we couldn't legally film with a drone or anything. So I just had to go, and I beat my time by 11 minutes. And my camera guy had to take a pee. Didn't realize that I was actually gonna be beating my time. I think they thought I would probably, most of the people I told were like, that's pretty ambitious. Like, don't be upset if you don't get 2 hours. It's really good just to finish, but I'm ambitious. Actually, I have tattooed on my arm, ambition, so I went after it. Brandon missed the finish, but he came in the clutch. He put a mic on a banana and he came chasing me. But I crossed the finish line with like 0.1-ish miles left. So I actually just ran right through, took the medal, like the little trophy thing from the guy handing him out, and like dodged a couple people that were already at the finish line hanging out and kept running. I think everybody was kind of confused, but I had to get social media proof. I had to get for the gram, the screenshot of the Garmin. So I finished, and then I was coming back. Brandon, video guy, he was waiting for me. I finished in a really good time. Aerobically, I felt great. The biggest things I would have done differently is really simple. I would have progressed slower. So I would have taken longer than 10 weeks. I would have progressed my mileage by 10% or less instead of more than 10% per week. I would have done more prehab, so pre-work like mobility, flexibility, so stretching, soft tissue work before my runs, and just at other parts of the day. I would have done more strength training focused on slow and controlled negatives on this leg. So getting in really deep, flexible, stretched positions while strength training is a really good way to increase range of motion and help the bad side. But I wouldn't change it, because at the end of the day, I learned my lesson. I did the hard thing and I pushed through it, and that's all that this was really about. It was a challenging myself and doing it publicly so people could challenge themselves. Now I'm gonna take all that aerobic base that I built, and I'm gonna keep using that towards doing high rocks. Except I'm not training at all this week because I'm still hurting and I'm really sore and tired. So I'm doing like curls every day and some foam rolling, basically. I think it was good. It was a good experience. And I would say more than anything, for anybody out there that is looking to do high rocks, looking to do marathon, half marathon, Spartan race, Ragnar, anything like that, the number one thing that is gonna help you is the mental aspect. If you can really tap into something that allows you to be resilient and focus and just get it done, that's gonna serve you more than any rehab, training, aerobic, fancy mileage progression. And this is documented in research. There's a really good book by Matt Fitzgerald, really popular running coach and author, wrote the book, How Bad Do You Want It? It's about this. And they show people who stop in an endurance race because they're dehydrated or they're glycogen depleted, most of the time aren't even glycogen depleted, carbohydrates, fuel, or dehydrated. In fact, they're just thinking about how thirsty they are. They're thinking about how their muscles are tired. Like when I started thinking about my hip started hurting more. And I've experienced this on like a 10-mile run. I got to mile 8 and I was like checking my watch constantly. I felt all these aches and pains. And when I saw I only had 2 miles left, the pain went away and I started thinking positively. I turned on louder music and just started sprinting. I was so pumped to almost be done. It's the mental aspect that gets you through it. And the second aspect is community. There was a really cool study with rats. And they basically got rats addicted to morphine. They put morphine in their water, got them addicted. Then they gave them the option between morphine-laced water and regular water. And they still chose, as you can imagine, morphine-laced water. They were addicted and they wouldn't wean themselves off. Then they put all the rats in the same cage and they had morphine-laced water on one side of the cage and regular water on the other side. And the rats slowly drank less morphine water and more regular water until they weaned themselves off and detoxed because they were in a community. Sounds crazy, but it's literally that aspect. So me running with my best friend and being able to bullshit along the way, talk, be inspired, That helped me run so much better. So if you don't have a coach, if you don't have a training buddy, if you don't have a running partner, find one. That culture, that community, that is so important. The camaraderie there makes the world of a difference. Half marathon, checked off the list, crushed my time. I think I got 6th in my entire age group, actually. Out of like 50 people in my age group, I think. It was really cool. So I was actually like really pumped. I was like, damn, I did really good. Cody Smith got 7th because I crossed right before him. But that's done. High Rocks is February 1st, so I'm gonna be training for that now, which is gonna be a little bit of a change, and then who knows, maybe a marathon or a triathlon or something's next. So I hope you can learn from my lessons, do better, and go challenge yourself, choose hard, and grow as a person.